109th anniversary of the sinking of the RMS Lusitania. Now, in the US, when we hear Lusitania, we often think of how the US got dragged into World War I. However, the Lusitania sunk on May 7th, 1915. So there were at least 2 more years before the US would go into World War I. But unrestricted U-boat operations was one of the reasons that we did join, not strictly the sinking of the Lusitania, which did see some Americans die. But as we mark this 109th anniversary, I wanted to share one of the books that we have in our collection, Dead Wake by Erik Larson. This is the definitive book on the Lusitania. Larson not only covers kind of the missteps and unfortunate choices that led to the Lusitania, which many people who traveled on her thought could easily avoid U-boats because of her speed. After all, she had won the Cunard Line, the Blue Ribbon, repeatedly for her transatlantic crossing speeds. But some decisions were made that gave U-20, the German U-boat, a perfect shot. But Larson covers Lusitania's history because she opens a very fascinating picture to the heyday of the ocean liner, which ocean liners never really came back to their heyday after World War I. So you get more of Lusitania's history and all the history of the key players. You know what Lusitania's role for the Cunard Line was, and alongside her sister, the Mauretania.
See what all the fuss is about. It doesn't look any bigger than the Mauretania.
You could be blasé about some things, Rose, but not about Titanic. It's over 100 feet longer than Mauretania, and far more luxurious.
Thank you, Rosa Cal. That Mauretania. Not only do you get the history of the Lusitania, you get U-20's history, including what do you do when you save a dog from a sinking ship, and that dog turns out to be female, and you already have a male dog on your ship, and then suddenly you have all these puppies. Obviously, you call all your U-boat friends together for an animal swap meet. But that is just one of the interesting stories that Erik Larson has uncovered for this book. But I definitely recommend it. I listened to the audiobook form of Dead Wake on Libby, so that is an option for those who prefer listening. Larson gives a good overview about U-boat warfare and also kind of what ocean liners were doing during World War I, including maybe even having some munitions on board that they should not have had. And he also covers some of the choices that the British Admiralty took that might have led to the Lusitania's downfall. But definitely check this book out. The Lusitania had a very fascinating history, including surviving a rogue wave encounter that smashed its bridge. And you get some interesting characters. The U-boat captain in particular was very harsh in his choices. But I hope you'll check it out and learn a little bit about our history.